got out there? You got it all? Huh? Yeah. I don't see any of the powers that be here at this time, but so that makes you all the new powers that be. Let me explain something. Last time I played at the Dade City Labor Day Festival, it was just Labor Day only. It was 1990. My wife and I were on our way home from a honeymoon in St. Augustine. In fact, we weren't on our way home. We came down, played the festival, and then went back up. The next year they didn't send anything in the mail, and so I didn't come up, and they had my name in the program, and everybody thought I was a no-show. And it didn't work that way. I was never notified about the festival. And they said, well, you should have come anyway. Well, they told me the year before the same thing about the Rattlesnake Festival. I didn't get anything in the mail from it. The same person told me, oh, no, you're regular. You'll be up there. And I went up there with my guitar. And of course, I wasn't in the program, and it was an embarrassing situation. So I didn't want to show up here pretentious enough to think I was going to be included in the program. So that's what happened. And then 13 years later, Mike McNeil invited me to play again. So it's good to be back in Dade City. This was the first festival my son ever attended. And you know, it always meant a lot to me. Long before the rest of the festivals in the state would give us a chance, Dade City put us on at the heart of Florida and here at the Labor Day Festival. Thelma Bolton would sit on the stage at both of them. So in honor of all the good people in Dade City, my trademark song, which, by the way, Ann and Frank Thomas underwrote the original, print of this. I did pay them back, by the way. It's not like I still owe them on that. I mean, I'll always owe them on it, but I did pay them back. This is called I'm Florida. Need I say more? I guess I'm a little bit of everything. Seen so many flags unfurled. Someone still remember. They come to see us from all over the world. I'm the Spanish moss hanging from the live oak tree. I'm what's left of the panther and the old manatee. I'm an eagle in flight, I'm the ocean's road. I'm Florida, need I say more? I'm Florida, need I say more? I'm the ghost of a Spaniard at the fountain of youth in old Augustine by the sea. Down around Brighton, I'm a Seminole Indian who somehow through it all still walks free. I'm the sunburned face on that old Key West calm, watching hurricanes from down on Duval Street. I'm a tarpon jumping down in Chuckaluskee where the Gulf and the Everglades meet. I'm the coat of gray my great-grandfather wore when in the fields at Lusty he fought. I'm the roar of the Cumberland Sons mill at Wacoochee, now as vanished as the cypress they sought. Apalachicola Orchard, and I'm Crystal Spring. Cousin Thelma Bolton, and I'm Will McLean. Forest Green, and I'm Golden Shores. I'm Florida, need I say more? I'm Florida, need I say more? Weathered skin of the Arcadian cowboy, riding fence on Like's brother's herd, or a canoe trip down the Myakka, where the gator's still left undisturbed. Coral's still alive out in Hicks Brothers Bay, in a secret place only Ricky and I know. I'm the citrus getting ripe in the sunshine in Ben Hill Griffin's frost-proof brew. Water's once clear as a swimming pool, no fewer than there used to be. Though it'll never be like yesterday, you can still catch a fish safe to eat. Better hurry, take a look around me, I'm sure you'll agree. Florida's the best of the land of the free, but all of the good life right here at my door. I'm Florida, need I say more? I'm Florida, need I say more? I'm a Spaniard and I'm Frenchman and I'm British British, and I'm an Indian, and I'm forest, and I'm swamplands, opportunities for all men, proud as can be when I roll. I'm Florida, need I say more? I'm Florida, need I say more? And if that song doesn't make sense to you, jump on 95 or 75, head up north, you get the old damn driveway. Yeah, somebody came up to me at the Pine Ellis Festival and said, you know, you sing about Florida. What about the rest of the United States? I said, where are you at? I said, remember, my home never got bad enough to leave. I don't care if it's about the weather or you retired, moved down here, whatever it is. It worked out better here than it did somewhere else, or you wouldn't be here. So if I offend you folks, hey, you ain't going to understand. You damn sure ain't going to like the rest of what I got to say. You know, y'all talk about, yeah, let's go down to Florida. You know, hey, Sierra Pines. If y'all watch this on the news, Sierra Pines, those are cypress trees, for God's sake. You build your house between cypress trees and a lake, and I guarantee you, you're going to get wet. You know, everybody complained we didn't have any water. Now we got the water. Now y'all trying to figure out what to do with it. Should have thought about that before you went back up north 10 years ago, before you retired, told everybody what a cheap piece of property you got, how you beat some old cracker out of it. Yeah, well, they didn't know what they had. You ought to see the property I got. I hardly paid anything for it. That's right. That's right. Pay us now or pay us later. But no, I'm like Frank Thomas. My family goes back generations here because we didn't see anything bad enough to leave. Everybody's got to be from somewhere, and I can understand that. And I've wandered this planet many times. I've been around the world more than some people have been around a coffee pot looking for the handle. But I'll tell you what, this is home. This is my home. It's always been my home. And it's a lot of people's home. Now, when you come in here, Florida's sacred ground to some of us, and history to some of you is heartfelt memories to others. So, you know, I'm not telling you to bow down when the crackers come through. I'm just saying, remember, Florida means a little more to some of us than it does to some of you. There was a Florida long before that damn rat came down here and ate Orlando. I'd like to dedicate this next song to my brother Ricky. Ricky's about the finest fisherman I know alive on Tampa Bay. He's had a rough time the last few months, but he's holding up pretty good. He just, you know, I'm the baby of the family. I got 2 brothers and 1 sister. And Ricky took it on the chin. He's doing all right. We're just waiting for Sunday night at midnight when the snook season opens. So to my brother Ricky, I'd like to do this song. It's called Zachariah Creech was an old Gulf shrimper. And there's no hidden symbolism in this song, folks. When I say Zachariah Creech, the man's name was Zachariah Creech. When I say he was old, he was old. When I say he was a Gulf shrimper, he shrimp primarily for, you know, in the Gulf of Mexico. So I don't need any ethno-folk musicologist to write some interpretation of my music in the local rag. He said life's pretty rough when your living's in the Gulf. Fishing buys your grocery. Banks have never understood when the weather's no good. You still got a family to feed. You can load up your boat, you can roll up the coast, trying to fill your hooks and your nets. Or second guess storms outside where water's warm, patting it down and giving you bed. Keep in mind the Honduras ain't no place for a tourist. No telling what you're gonna find. Cause the shrimp you trawling ain't the only thing they're hauling, and it's best your own business to mind. Zachariah Creech wasn't just another shrimper, docked his boat at Cedar Key. A few things about it made him a little different than those other sons of the sea. He trawled the Gulf since he was 10 years old and tore Tortugas to Tampico, where he'd done some time back in 29 for hauling whiskey out of Port St. Joe. Yeah, he looked to be as old as the water that had etched his face of mine. The Gulf was his mother, the wind was his father. Zachariah Creech was a friend of mine. I used to see him at the docks in Crystal River, the bars down in Tarpon Springs. Drank Canadian mist beneath the moon of silver. At night sometimes he'd sing. He sang of the days when the money came easy, he'd had a family and a home. But then he sang of a hurricane that came shoulder from an old storm back in '33, where he drowned his sorrow in the whiskey, the sun and the wind and the sea. He reminisced about days on Tampa Bay, back when a shrimper still had respect. He said a man of the sea was somebody then, you could judge him by the way he run a net. It's a dying art, he used to tell me, well, nobody wants to learn it all anymore. For nowadays it's all electronics, they use to rape the ocean. He said I only trawled enough to make a living, now they're making through trips for my wand. They're taking a lot more than the water is given, won't be nothing left at all when they're done. Guitar, he gave the bottle another pull. Said all I need are the sun and the stars, and every once in a while my belly could be full. Besides I'm one many poor old man, I've lived more than I got left. Write a song for me and the sons of the sea, so those that care will not forget it. He said write about the old Gulf fishermen, how we held out as long as we could. Those of us that fish by instinct, build our boats out of wood. So I sat down on my fountain pen, tried to capture his life on my mind. About a man of the sea, born to Steve Hatchie. He died on his boat back in '79. He was a different kind of a sailor, a different sea from a different time. You know, Zachariah Creech, an old Gulf shrimper. Zachariah Creech was a friend of mine. The Gulf was his mother, the wind was his father, and Zachariah Creech was a friend of mine. There ain't much left to see these days. You ride in from Highway 301. Seems everyone with families had to move away, leaving but a few to carry on. Well, Vice Abraham had a fruit stand in Newberry. He seen his friends and neighbors headed south. Yet came the day that he too pulled out of town to see what a coochie was all about. So I started up another business called Abraham's Patent Drug and Sundry Store. First merchant to open the new section of the town, growing strong with the mighty sawmills roll. Ain't much left of the coochie anymore, unless you count the memories of the past. Thoughts of cypress trees that was bigger than a rail car. Who'd have ever thought it wouldn't last? They watched babies grow in the shadow of the mill. That's twice they called our country off the war. He prayed for our soldiers as if each one were his own. Wished them safe return from foreign shore. Then came Good Friday back in 1958. The fire come that took the Abraham store. Through the years the flames have passed, only memories linger of a town grown with the mighty sawmills roll. But there ain't much left to see these days when you ride in from Highway 301. Seems everyone with families had to move away, leaving but a few to carry on. Those saw blades are silent, giant trees are gone. You remember the payday whistle scream, but the Abrahams still see those old giant cypress trees rolling into town with the locomotive steam. Yeah, Comer was mining phosphate in Newberry till they headed south in 1921. Well, they opened up that sawmill in 1923. By 59, the sawmill and the giant trees are gone. Ain't much left to see these days when you ride them Highway 301. Miss Marie still can hear that giant sawmills roll, and her love for Bakuchi carries on. When I say drunk alligator, or alcoholic alligator, whichever way I'm going to say it first here, since I wrote the song, I can say it any damn way I want to. When I say alcoholic alligator, I'm not talking about some drunk from Moorhaven, went to the University of Florida. I'm talking about a true reprobate of reptilian lineage. You like that word? I was down on the Okeechobee. Hell, it's been over 20 years ago. We was doing a little speck fishing with some good old boys I know. We was drifting toward Moorhaven about as fast as a flat bottom floats. That's a boat, by the way. When a 12-foot alligator tried to get into my boat. In the very next verse, I'll explain is why we was drifting in the first place. Well, Mercury makes a pretty good outboard. That gas ain't worth a damn. I did not want to shoot him. I'm a conservation-minded man. I hadn't charged my batteries, so my trolling motor would not spin. So I spied him off with a paddle till I dropped that paddle in. Mama said there'd be days like this, but she never hinted they'd come a week at a time. To anybody on the big lake that day, it must have been a heck of a sight. I fed him a live jack and a CB radio, trying to curb his appetite. My friends, they were no help at all. Too much beer, they could only laugh. Had a 12-foot alligator trying to bite my boat in half. Yeah, one of those don't just do something, sit there type of situations. Well, I finally threw Budweiser at him, and I watched as he drained the can. After he downed a couple of six-packs, I was beginning to understand. As he swam zigzag back to shore, started rolling around in the sand. I realized I was down on Lake Okeechobee with an alcoholic alligator on my hands. Yeah, you tried to spit that last line out after you had half a case or so. I finally flagged the fisherman down who towed us to Moorhaven's lock. I related the story about the reptile, about how that gator got cropped. He countered with a fishing tale of his own with one dark Okeechobee night. Claims he caught a 20-year-old Coleman lantern that still was a burning bride. He said, we both are liars, son. As fishermen, we got the right. You sober up that gator, and I'll blow out that fire. But I tell you, friends and neighbors, a gator tale is true. You better heed my words, cause someday it might swim up to you. So if you're down on the Okeechobee and your canoe he tries to crush, just give him 2 or 3 six-packs, he'll swim off a harmless slush. Friend of ours, been long departed now, Jimmy Ballou. He went out to the Texas Songwriters Convention, which is kind of strange for a Florida songwriter, but anyway, he's invited out there. I think he's going with Gamble, actually, the Kerrville, Texas Folk Festival, but anyway, they stopped into this Texas Songwriter Festival, and there's a boy there who written a song, and he just couldn't get it to work, and Jim Ballou got a hold of it and changed the phrasing and the tune and everything, and come off to be a pretty good little folk tune. I think it originally was Don't Tell Mama I'm a Truck Driver. She thinks I'm just a piano player in a house of ill repute. But later on it was changed to Don't Tell Mama I'm a Guitar Player. So this is called Don't Tell Mama I'm a Guitar Player. She thinks I'm just in shape. It's by Jim Ballou and Jim Yatter. Tell my mom a guitar picker, I've lost my mind. Mama knows where guitar goes, trouble's close behind. I can buy a drink and rob a bank, or raise all kinds of hell. But don't tell Mama I'm a guitar player, she thinks I'm just in jail. Don't tell Mama I'm an old folk singer, singing them cowboy songs. She'll scream and cry and wonder why her baby boy went wrong. She'll boo-hoo and turn all blue, even cuss my pa. Daddy was a guitar man, the wildest one of all. Yeah, my daddy picked the guitar and he run with old Bob Wills. Played them Texas honky-tonks, chasing Lone Star girls. Then Mama swore she'd leave him if he didn't mend his pants. He stashed that flat top under the bed, he's picked on Mama ever since. Swat my daddy's guitar and I run away from home. Now I'm up in Muscle Shoals, picking all night long, just doing like old Hank done and having me a ball. Mama's sitting by the phone, just waiting for my call. Don't tell Mama I'm a guitar picker, like I've lost my mind. Mama knows where guitar goes, trouble's close behind. I can buy a drink and rob a bank, or raise all kinds of hell. Don't tell Mama I'm a guitar picker, she thinks I'm just in jail. Don't tell Mama I'm a guitar picker, she thinks I'm just in jail. One more, all right, one more. Here we go. One more. East of Naples, east of Jerome, Sawgrass hides the path to take back into his home. Standing there on Cypress, stilts all alone. Alligator poacher George Washington Jones, folks say he walked on the dark side of life. He wears a big gun and keeps a sharp knife. Ain't a woman mean enough for to be his wife. So he spends most nights alone. When you live in the swamp, you count on yourself. You don't expect nothing, nobody else. A man's paradise is another man's hell, and you're easily misunderstood. Gather wood for the fire where the cypress meets the pines. To cook an alligator, make it taste so fine. Pick the wild berries, make some pretty good wine, and you wish you had it this good. There ain't but one judge in the woods. They say he had a family, but he has no more. Wife and kids both split when he come home from your war. In his mind the mortars whine, the 122s roar. Just another vet this country forgets and leaves alone. So he lives in the swamp with the gators and the snakes. That swamp's like a love of your life, she can make or break. Get back a little something for every little thing you take. Given enough time, you'll find you do just fine on your home. And when you live in the swamp, you count on yourself. You don't expect nothing from nobody else. A man's paradise is another man's hell, and you're easily misunderstood. Gather wood for the fire where the cypress meets the pines. To cook an alligator, make it taste so fine. Pick the wild berries, make some pretty good wine, and you wish you had it this good. There ain't but one judge in the woods, and that's all the Vietnam vets asking for, folks. There be just one judge, and you keep in mind it ain't none of you. Thank you all so much. See y'all Monday. Stay tuned, because they're going to have some serious music up here.